Hey guys, welcome to our Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie review. This time around we have a special guest. This is Patrick from Greenroom 136. Yeah, so let's get right into the review. Let's talk about what we like and don't like about the movie. Yeah, let's start off first with the actors. I felt that this time around the actors, man, Chris Pratt was totally missing, right? At least in the first Jurassic World movie, you can see that Chris Pratt was front and center. He has a lot of screen time. Everything, the story revolves around him. But this time around, it's kind of confusing, like who is actually leading the entire movie. Well, what do you guys think?
I think the character spread out of the screen time is actually quite good because it's actually Jurassic World, or it's about dinosaur, right? So the first one of Jurassic World was a lot of screen time about Chris Pratt because about the trainer and blah blah blah. In this one, the Fallen Kingdom has a very good spread of. They show the dinosaurs. The characters has their own backstory, and they have the villains and the new breed of dinosaurs, which is quite interesting.
Well, I kind of like to split the focus of the characters this time around because if you look at the past trilogy, the characters were all broken up. They were not in a group. So when they first started off the movie, it was in a group. Then after the next movie, they were split up, and we only focus on individual characters. So this time around, we have the core group, which is Chris Pratt's character, and then Bryce's character, and then now they have got an add-on of a few more additional characters into the equation. But in terms of focus-wise, yeah, it's true. The first Jurassic World, the focus was on Chris Pratt, but I think it was also because of the story. Chris Pratt was a critical individual for that first story, whereas the second movie this time around, the focus I feel is more on Bryce Dallas Howard, and because the stories were evolving around her, so we're seeing this story through her eyes versus the first one through Chris Pratt's eyes. So yeah, I like it.
It felt like Chris Pratt throughout the entire movie was like, man, I'm a superhero now. I don't need to be in this movie. I'm Star-Lord, man. So it felt like he was phoning in his lines, lah. So yeah, that was one thing that I was like, nobody really stand out in this movie to me. At least I didn't like the movie that much. I'm gonna be out very upfront right now. But I think at least the comic relief, the computer geek, that guy was quite funny. I think the cinema was all laughing during his scene when he was screaming out loud.
I didn't like him too much.
Yeah,
annoying.
He was very whiny.
And at least there's two eye candy this time around. We have Bryce Dallas Howard, and so Daniela was quite a body for me at least. Yeah. So let's talk about the CG. I think this time around there's nothing new. The new CG dinosaur, the Indoraptor, or we call it the Indomie Raptor, right? It's quite generic, lah. Doesn't really stand out, you know.
CG are pretty normal because you don't really put much focus on this. Actually, you just watch the whole movie as if it's real. So you don't see a lot of flaws in this area. I think this should be quite good.
Well, I do like the dinosaurs. I do like the fact that they are really upping the ante from a set of characters, right, that we have grown to know from a very young age, even pre-Jurassic Park, right? Dinosaurs have been around for so long. Through our imaginations and through science, we're able to figure out how they look like and so on and so forth. I do believe that there is a reason why they wanted to make hybrid dinosaurs. Is because they wanted to have a continuation, so that we don't always walk into a Jurassic Park expecting a Triceratops or expecting a T-Rex or expecting a Velociraptor. We are always going in trying to figure out what they're going to do next. So hence Jurassic World, when they talk about splicing hybrids, and now Jurassic World 2, they are splicing hybrids for purpose of
military
use. Now the question is, with dinosaur DNAs finally reaching out to the black market, and we're finally seeing, spoiler alert, the fact that Jurassic World is not just the name of a park, but it is a whole bigger picture, which is the movie is moving towards a world that is Jurassic, right? Dinosaurs in the real world. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they're gonna bring the whole dinosaur perspective and the whole character perspective to the third movie.
So this is like a trilogy again.
It's like a trilogy, yeah. It's a 3-act, right?
Okay.
So the first act is about dinosaurs in the park, and the second act is about how the dinosaurs escape from the park, and now the next phase will be dinosaurs in the world.
That's true. I mean, that's also the reason why I didn't like this movie, because it felt like Fallen Kingdom was really just a setup for the next movie, right? It's just a dumbed down dinosaur movie. There's no suspense. You know what you're getting into when you see
No
this
suspense!
movie. There's
Come
no
on!
suspense.
It
It's
was
just
action from point one all
Yes,
the way to
it
the
is
end.
all action, but there's nothing new. They didn't really trigger anything
It's
new
true.
in this movie.
There's
So
it's nothing. There is no real twist.
yes.
You walk in expecting dinosaurs and roller coaster, and that's
all
what you
get,
got.
right? And that's the reason why I felt that the screenplay was a bit rushed, trying to wrap up towards the end of the movie, the third act.
There are many elements that they try to put in, including bringing back the first Jurassic Park, like Hammond's dreams and how they play God with it, and how everything rolls up from the first one, and it continues to this, and at the same time they try to inject a little bit more new twist to the story of bringing them to the town or to the city and selling them off in the black market. There's a lot of things that it goes on, and also about the cloning. So I guess they have pretty good lineup story for the next one.
Yeah. So let's go to the soundtrack, right? To me, the soundtrack was it was average. I serviceable. I wouldn't say it really stand out or don't stand out. So I was not too disappointed about the soundtrack.
I mean, when you first watch Jurassic Park, the theme or the main soundtrack of it will give you goosebumps, right? Then the second one, the third one is still running through the same track that gives you that kind of feel. But in Jurassic World, the first one and now the second one doesn't give you that kind of goosebumps anymore, because it's just like some sound, some music that goes with the action. It doesn't bring back that feel.
The soundtrack for Jurassic Park is something that we all grew up with, and it's John Williams, right?
Yeah.
So being John Williams, he's able to hit the right sweet spot, and it really captures our imagination from the very first movie. And even today, if you were to hear parts of that music,
Yes.
it brings you back,
You
just
know,
like that.
That's dinosaur song.
Yeah, it's just dinosaur. That's it,
Yeah.
right? It brings you back. From where we are now, it brings you back to the age. You immediately you can smell the popcorn. You can feel the sticky floor,
Okay.
and so on and so forth.
We have a John Williams fanboy here. So no wonder.
So, I've not really spent much time listening to the current soundtrack. So, but what I do realize is that they have not gone back to the original soundtrack, the original theme too much.
They do have that.
They do have certain
song at the
points,
end of the
right,
movie.
that bring homage to the whole soundtrack, to the whole genre. But I think they're moving towards a very different sound entirely.
Well, that's a given, because I don't think the directors and producers is going to stray
Correct.
too far away from the Jurassic Park formula.
Correct. They will
That's right.
always fall back into the
Yeah.
Jurassic Park theme, and consider the fact that John Williams is really old right now, so we're not gonna expect to see him anytime soon.
Okay, let's go back to Jurassic
Yeah.
World. Yeah. So
Let's go back.
I'm gonna deliver my verdict. What I love and hate about the movie. What I love about the movie, there's a lot of action, dinosaurs, and that's pretty much it. What I hate about the movie is this movie is very, very predictable, right? It's just dinosaurs, action. I think they missed the chance to create some crazy looking, menacing dinosaur, but they didn't do it. So Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is really just a setup for the next movie.
Well, I disagree, because there's only so much of bigger and meaner monster that you can create, and they are all just whoever they see, they will kill, right? So this Indoraptor is smart. They portray he understands the language of, or or the scenario of what he's into when they were fighting on the rooftop, and who to go to first and things like that. So it does have a bit of intelligence in this Indoraptor. What I like about it is how they try not to make any more bigger monsters, just the ones that is huge. I mean, it's a regular size, it's smart, and it's dangerous.
I love this movie.
No surprise, John Williams fanboy here.
I love it for the fact that I walked in expecting dinosaurs. I got dinosaurs. I walked in expecting a roller coaster. I got that too. So, like a roller coaster ride, right? We have the build up, which is Jurassic World, and then we have got the main the main ups and downs, the twists and turns of the ride, which is this current movie, Fallen Kingdom. So now is the grand finale. I want to know what's gonna happen next. What's the big dip? What's the big spin or the spiral or of the ride? So I am looking forward to the third one.
Yeah.
What's your verdict on this?
I think it's great.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah,
I give a 7.5 out of 10.
Give me the 5 out of 10 because it's really, like I said, it's just a segue to the third movie. Yeah.
Okay.
So
cool.
that's our review for Jurassic Fallen Kingdom. Thank you guys for watching.
Forgot to record sound just now.